Hi, my name is Thomas Tay, and I'm going to present the 802.11 wireless security standard. I will start the presentation with a history background of wireless technology, followed by the functional and security aspect of the standard. Let's get started. In 1894, William Marconi started working on the wireless technology. He used the radio wave. And in 1971, the Hawaiian Island was installed with the UHF wireless packet network. It's called Aloha Net. And in 1985, the U.S. Federal Communication Commission releases the Industrial, Scientific, and Medical Wireless Radio Band, called in short ISM. This is used by the cordless phone, garage remote control, and microwave oven. And in 1991, wavelength was invented by NCR. This is to replace the Internet or the token ring topology network at that time. In 1919, Dr. John O'Sullivan and his team developed a key patent used as a Wi-Fi byproduct. In 1997, IEEE 802.11 protocol was released. This is the first version. And in 1999, the Wi-Fi Alliance was formed. And they created a trademark for Wi-Fi. You can see the logo on the right-hand side of the slide. IEEE 802.11 standard. There are many standards, but I'm going to cover in this presentation 6 standards. Starting with the 802.11a, this standard uses the 5 GHz frequency band has a maximum throughput of 54 megabit per second. The 802.11b uses the 2.4 frequency band and only have 11 megabit per second. The maximum throughput is 11 megabit per second. Next release is the 802.11g. This standard uses the 2.4 gigahertz frequency band and has a maximum throughput of 54 megabit per second. And then followed by 802.11n, and this standard uses the 2 frequency band. It's a 5 gigahertz and the 2.4 gigahertz, and has the maximum throughput of 600 megabit per second. And the uplift of this throughput is due to new technology called MIMO. MIMO technologies, MIMO stands for multi-input, multi-output, and has 4 streams, and each stream has a maximum output or throughput of 150 megabit per second. The next release was 802.11ac. This standard uses only the 5 gigahertz frequency band and has some maximum throughput of 6.77 gigabit per second. The uplift of throughput for this standard is due to an uplift of the MIMO technology as well. It has 8 streams and it added on the multi-user option. So that's multi-user, multi-input, multi-output, and each stream the throughput has increased to 867 megabit per second. And the latest release is 802.11ax. This standard uses the 5 gigahertz frequency band as well. Use the same MIMO technology, 8MU-MIMO, but the maximum throughput per stream has increased to 9.6 gigabit per second. So the maximum throughput for this standard is about 14 gigabit per second. Next, we go on to the wireless security. Wireless security basically has 4 layers: the wireless LAN layer, the access control layer, the authentication layer. And with regards to the security features and function, there is 4 components. First is the service set identifier SSID, and then access control list, and wire equivalent privacy, and Wi-Fi protected access. Let's go and drill down a little bit on these 4 components. Service set identifier SSID. This is the first layer or security layer provided by the 802.11 standard. It is a unique identifier and uses up to 32 characters. SSID is something like a network name. It enables the wireless client to know what networks is available to be connected, and the wireless client must provide the SSID to connect to the network. The vulnerability of this is SSID information can broadcast periodically by the access point to all wireless devices, and it is done through transmitting the beacon frame in a basic infrastructure set. Attacker can use a network sniffer tool to extract the SSID information from the protocol being captured and use this SSID information to access the network. Next, we look at the next layer of security, the access control list, ACL. The feature of ACL is it is configurable, and this is done through ACL stores the medium access control address, MAC address, in a table. So when the wireless client requests access to the network, the access point will check the MAC address of the wireless client to see whether this is in the table. If it's in the table, they grant the client to access the network. The vulnerability of this is the MAC address is also visible to the packet sniffer, and attacker can easily get hold of the MAC address from the packet sniffer software and use it to gain access to the network. Wired Equivalent Privacy, WEP. This is a protocol and has an encryption algorithm. It uses the round reverse code 4 algorithm, RC4. The vulnerability of this protocol is the configured shared key do not change, and the RC24 initialization vector is too small. It's only 24-bit key length, and attacker can easily gain access through this network using brute force. Next protocol is the Wi-Fi Protected Access, WPA. This is a port-based access control and has 3 versions: WPA, WPA2, WPA3. WPA uses the Temporal Key Integrity Protocol Encryption, TKIP, and the WPA2 uses TKIP plus Advanced AES algorithm. The vulnerability is a key reinstallation attack. This is a reply, also called a reply attack, where the attacker creates a dummy Wi-Fi network using the same SSID and intercept the user login signal and divert the user into the dummy Wi-Fi network and steal the information. And next is the WPA3. Basically, it uses a different algorithm called simultaneous authentication of equals, SAE. And the vulnerability of WPA3 is recently related to the Dragonfly handshake, where the attacker exploit the EAP LPWD protocol bug and gain access to the network without a user password. All right, let's look at the wireless attack example. There are many, but just for this presentation, I'm just listing 4 of them. They are eavesdropping, encryption cracking, MAC spoofing, and dragon blood. Okay, to summarize my presentation, I've presented the history background of the wireless technology, presented the 6.802.11 standard frequency band and throughput, presented the feature, function, and vulnerabilities, example, MIMO technologies, SSID, WEP, WPA, and presented the wireless type of wireless attack. And this concludes my presentation, and thank you for listening to my presentation. Bye-bye.